Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So the wide receiver trade rumors continue to fly, and this has easily been the craziest offseason that I can remember, probably of my entire lifetime, with all of the superstar movement, with all of the quarterback movement, the contracts that are being handed out, in free agency and whatnot. I mean, Xavier Howard just got $25 million a season. Christian Kirk, we already know about that deal, but look, this is crazy. I'm not ruling anything out at this point, but look, we do have two reports to talk about here. Number one is from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN in regards to DK Metcalf. He's reporting that league executives believe DK Metcalf can be had at quote-unquote the right price despite the team saying he is not available. Okay, so I'm looking at the Seahawks right now. They're such a confusing team. You know, are they rebuilding? Are they reloading? How much longer is Pete Carroll going to be sticking around? Are they going to be searching for a new head coach soon? They're introducing a new quarterback. Is it going to be Drew Lock? Is it going to be a rookie quarterback that they bring in? Maybe a Baker Mayfield? What's the vision here? You know, it's such a tough team to read. Here's the thing. I see DK Metcalf in both scenarios because at the end of the day, he does fit the Seahawks rebuilding timeline at only 24 years old. And the Seahawks can still pay him, right? They will have a lot of cap space, especially next offseason. Like, the Seahawks can afford to re-sign DK Metcalf on a huge contract, right? A long contract, a big money deal. But at the same time, you can say, well, if you're Seattle here and you are rebuilding, you are going down that path, just draft a wide receiver at 9, get him on the rookie deal, trade DK Metcalf away, get a nice haul back in return to help replenish the team. So at this point, I could see it going either way. As far as the Jets are concerned, I'll see it when I believe it. We've not had that much success in addressing wide receiver this offseason, whether you want to talk about Calvin Ridley, that whole fallout, being really interested in Amari Cooper, and then he gets dealt to Cleveland for minimal returns. The Tyreek Hill trade, I mean, everybody knows how that played out. And even in free agency, you know, I'm not saying that the Jets were in on these guys, but, you know, there was definitely some talent there. Guys like Allen Robinson, DJ Chark, Christian Kirk. And I'm not saying, again, every single person is like, you know, we need to be targeting every wide receiver here, but the names were out there is basically the point. Now, as far as the trade compensation is concerned, I actually do feel like it'll be a little higher today than it was maybe a couple months ago. I mean, we just saw what we've seen what Devontae Adams went for. We've seen what Tyreek Hill went for. DK Metcalf is younger than both of those guys, okay? Especially Tyreek Hill. I mean, he is years younger than him, and now Green Bay is kind of in the mix. They have that extra first-round pick. They have that extra second-round pick that they could try to flip or package together to go land a wide receiver. Philadelphia has always kind of been lurking in the wide receiver market. They're kind of like the Jets. They need help at wide receiver, although they have some solid young pieces, but they have an excess of picks, 3 first-rounders. Could they flip one to Seattle to go land DK Metcalf? I don't want to rule it out. Now, look, I think the big question here, the elephant in the room, pick 10 for DK Metcalf. Would you do it? Let me know down below in the comment section. For me, I think it's tough because it's not only like you're handing out the 10th overall pick. You're handing out the 10th overall pick and a mega deal. Because let's be honest, the Jets aren't trading for Metcalf on a 1-year prove it style of thing, and then he's just going to walk in free agency. Like, that is completely that's pointless. Absolutely pointless. I don't see Joe Douglas, a guy who has been on the more conservative side, hanging on to draft picks, wanting to add these picks throughout the years. I don't see him doing that. So I would try my best to land DK with, maybe a couple of these middle round picks. But look, if Philadelphia comes knocking and they're saying, hey, we'll give you 16 for DK Metcalf, it'll take 10 to beat it. I would have to think about it. Either way, if we were to land Metcalf, I would be totally amped up. But I'm looking at it from the perspective of, if I was the general manager, I think I would hang on to the 10th overall pick. But again, either way, if we do end up trading number 10 for Metcalf, I'll be extremely excited. The second report is from Rich Cimini of ESPN, and he actually had a piece this morning covering a lot of bases, right, touching on a lot of different topics here, DK Metcalf included, but I want to really focus on A.J Brown here because Cimini again listed A.J Brown as a name to watch because of the cap situation. For me personally, I'm looking at the Titans right now. This is a win now football team. They're in the AFC South. I have a hard time envisioning this franchise trading away not only just one of the best players on the roster right now, but a guy who is on pace to becoming one of the best wide receivers in Titans franchise history. He is that good. Over money. Over money. I get that the market is crazy. I get that the Titans might not have the best cap situation. I understand that. But look, the cap is going to continue to rise as time goes on. What do the Rams just do? They won the Super Bowl by adding all of these players, and they hit the offseason and they go sign Allen Robinson. They hit the offseason and they go sign Bobby Wagner. The Saints were like $60 or $70 million over the cap, and in a couple of moves, they dropped it all the way down. So I can't see the Titans front office. They drafted this guy in the second round, just trading him away. Granted, look, they would probably get an awesome haul back in return. And I don't know what the trade compensation would be. I'm assuming somewhere around the same as a DK Metcalf here, because they're in a similar situation, same draft class, same age, a ton of production. They both actually played at Ole Miss, but I just have a hard time seeing that front office bailing on the situation, saying, you know what, we can't afford you. See you later. We're going to move forward with second round picks or third round picks. But hey, again, craziest offseason ever. Anything could happen at this point. I would honestly not be shocked if news broke 30 minutes. Oh, the Titans are, engaging in trade talks with A.J. Brown. By the way, he actually had some like cryptic tweets, I think a couple days ago, like super late at night, saying that like that's a wrap. I didn't really dive into I don't really like diving into the cryptic tweet stuff so much, because I mean it could really be anything at the end of the day. But just some small rumors to kind of talk about. Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, Rich Cimini of ESPN, touching on the DK Metcalf situation, and of course A.J. Brown. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Is this realistic? Are these guys going to be moved? I would say the Jets are a team to watch. The Packers, the Eagles, those are probably the big three that I feel like. It was crazy. I would say the Patriots too, but they just added Devontae Parker. They just traded away a 2023 third-round pick. Are the Patriots still in the market? I'm not sure. It wouldn't surprise me if they were, but again, anything can happen. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and as always, go Jets.